about manifesting is trusting that you can do it.
Yeah.
Because you know, we're like doubting Thomases. We don't believe that we can do it, or we don't have the faith in ourselves that we can do it. But you can do it, and so you have to continue to reinforce, I can. But the 7 energy is about faith. It's about the invisible energy, and it's very difficult for us to grasp something that we can't feel, touch, hear, smell. And so put it in some type of concrete form. You can have, like, some people say they want to manifest a house, but then you go and you can print out different types of houses, but try to be specific on what it is that you want. You want a mansion, you want a hut, you know, do you want to have a house with a family, or do you want to live singular? You can print those pictures out, and then you can put them in a frame, and then you can put them in your bedroom, or you can put them in your living room. That's something physical. That's something tangible. If you can see the mountain, you have a stronger probability of reaching the mountain. But if you don't see it, it's going to be harder for you to manifest it. And so the 7 energy wants you to try to believe in something that you don't see. And that's very challenging for most of us.
Oh, yes. Yes. You know, one of the things that I tell everyone when it comes to the 7 vibration, it's really about helping you to see your own ish. Let's use that word. Okay. You really need to see your own crap in order for you to be able to clean it up, for you can align yourself and be more clear with what it is that you want, right? You can't see what it is that you want because you got so much clouds around you. And what I love from this month is that this month really allows you to be present with yourself, right? Sometimes, you know, I hear people all the time say, I'm the gift, but they nowhere to be present. Like you're never present. So how are you the gift, right? So when the 7 comes, it really comes to sit you down. It really comes to sit you down. And most of the time it exposes your truth. It exposes your truth. And when I say your truth, I mean the things that you've been trying to cover up, the things that you've been trying to put on the side and, you know, not attend to. So when it comes up, it's really for you to see it and to smell it and to realize, oh, I don't like this smell. What you going to do about it? You know, that's when you question yourself. What am I going to do about this? Do I just leave it there or do I clean it out? So I think that's the beauty of this month, you know, and this month also being the 11th month of the year, you know, just amplified even more. So 7-11 is really, really demanding us to sit down.
Yeah. Like when I was younger, I always had a vivid imagination. Mm-hmm. And as I got older, I realized that that imagination, I wasn't imagining. It was actually occurring. But I didn't have the wisdom or the understanding, or I didn't have no one in my circle, my family that could explain it to me. And I learned from a very early age that if I can learn to focus and be present and stick with what it is that I'm focusing on, it comes to pass. It manifests. And also, I've come to realize that once you raise your vibrational frequency to a certain level, you start spinning in a particular type of orbit where things would just start, you know, unfolding for you, where you become a living meditation. It's like no more having to do something. Yeah. You have become the something. And that's the point where, you know, you really want to get to the point of where you are the thing. You're not meditating on the thing anymore. You have become the thing. And once you become the thing, then that will, you know, must be done. There's no way that the universe will deny you because you're vibrating at such a high intensity. You have like merged your lower nature with your higher nature, or your God self with your man self, and things just unfold for you. And you'll find that your life is you don't have this many obstacles in your life because those things that's not for you is spanning away from you. and those things that are for you are spinning towards you. But I've been doing it ever since I was a very young person, and so it's automatic for me. But for people that's beginning, it's very difficult, it's very challenging, and they don't have any no self evidence of it. That's the hardest part. They don't see their manifestations, so it's harder for them to grasp it, and it's harder for them to believe it. And even if a person do manifest, they forget about what it is they just done, and then they start doubting about the next thing that they want to do. It's like, I tell people to start small. What is it that you want? And then you have to be specific on it. And that's why the writing is important. Write it out, give the universe details, because somebody says, I just want a man. Okay, well, I'll send you a drunk man. Is that do you want a drunk man? No, well, I want a man of intelligence. Okay. You have to have a good, strong definition of what it is that you want, in another individual before you ask the universe to bring it towards you. So the 7 energy is a very powerful energy, and it requires to be still, to know that you exist. To feel your heart. Be conscious of your breath. Be conscious of the steps that you take. Be conscious of your thoughts that you think, and be aware of your environment that's around you. Observe the flowers, observe the bee that's on the flower. Just become presence.
Exactly. I really love what you just said, because I think it's so important for us to realize that meditation is not only sitting down and just staying, in a lotus posture. Really, even the action is meditative. From you answering the phone and talking to someone and being just present with hearing what the person is saying, because how often we are talking to one another and our brains are just like shifting to another thought, and we just, I think one of the things that I got when I went back to my country in Central America, one of the elders that took care of my grandmother, she said, the secret to purpose is just learning how to do things well. And not only learning how to do things well, but do it like this is the only opportunity you will ever have. So when she said that, I was like, wow. And she said, my grandmother was one like this. She wanted things done very quickly. My grandma would wake up every day like at 6:30, 6 o'clock. She wanted her coffee by 6:30. And she said she knew that she was slow. So because she knew she was slow, she would wake up at 4. She would wake up at 4 and start making the coffee from scratch. And then she would have the coffee in low temperature for when my grandmother woke up, it wouldn't be too hot, but it would be just right for her to drink. So that was one of the things that she did. So one of the things that I do, or that I share with people I work with, is to start getting a journal. Okay. And some people say, I'm just like you guys. I'm going to say it right now. I have so many journals I start and don't finish it. Okay. So I totally understand it. But I'm also one that love books. I love journals. Okay. I have like a mini library here. But one of the things that I tell people to do is to get a book. Okay. This book right here is a gratitude book. Okay. And it's blank right now, right? But in this gratitude book, usually what I do, I start off, I tell everyone, give me 25 things you're grateful for right now. And usually people bring it just like, I said, that's how you manifesting. If you cannot come up with 25 things in just 3 minutes to 4 minutes, maybe I'll even push and give you 5 minutes. If you can't come up with 25 things you're grateful for right at this moment, that's how you're manifesting in your life. That's why you're not in a happy space, right? And so this just confirms how much victim energy, consciousness that we have around us, that everything is happening to us versus happening for us.
Yeah, it's like looking at the glass half full as opposed to looking at it half empty. And you know, your gratitude ties right into the 11 energy of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Being able to be thankful,
Mm.
you know, name me 25 things that you're thankful for. And see if you can do it within the 3 or 4 minutes, like Master Tatiana said. And then like I was, it's like Thanksgiving is coming up, and we should be thankful 24/7 because the universe gives us so much without, you know, the asking. It gives us air to breathe. We don't have to ask for that. We don't have to ask for the sunshine. We don't have to ask for water. It's like the universe is just, it gives.
Mm.
And so we need to also just give, like offering a compliment. That's giving. Telling someone, you know, how are you today? That's giving. I call it tithing.
Mm-hmm.
Tithing. The church says you should get 10% to the church. And I would say, well, you know, tithing is not necessarily monetary.
Mm-hmm.
Tithing is anytime you can do something to uplift yourself or uplift another individual or uplift an animal or uplift a plant. That's tithing. Saying good morning to someone is a you giving them something. You giving them, you're respecting their space. You're understanding the God that's in them. And when I go out for my walk, 99% of the time, no one initiates that to me. You know, I'm the stranger. I'm the stranger. But 99% of the time, I'm initiating it. Good morning. Hello. How you doing? And a lot of time it shocks them. Someone speaking to me because they so caught up in their whole little world and no one
Yeah.
really never speaks to them. And so they just got into the habit of when they go out for their walking, they don't speak or they walk with their heads down. And it's just amazing. Every day I walk
Mm-hmm.
past people and they don't give. They don't understand that that's tidings. And if you start off your day giving of yourself, then the universe will recognize that and bring back to you tenfold. So to me, that's what tithing is, just giving and be thankful that you have words to give because some people
Exactly.
are born muted. You know, they don't speak. Um, or you know, to be able to just see something in someone that's pleasant. Oh, that's a nice hair wrap you got on today, Master Tatiana, with those nice colors that you're wearing today. You know, your words are so powerful because your words and your thoughts is how you go about manifesting. And
Exactly.
like you said, if you want to know how you're manifesting, look at the type of life that you're living, and those are indicators, you know, how you're manifesting. And if you want to manifest differently, then you have to change the thought pattern, you know,
Mm-hmm.
start giving.
Yeah. You know, and this really, this month, you know, it's really gives anyone that has the core 7 vibration in their chart, or anyone that has the core vibration 11 in their chart, an advantage. You know, this is really your alignment. This is your month to really allow yourself to be not only strong, but strong in a vulnerable way,
Mm,
right? Because you have this veil, you have this opportunity to really feel that you can release, you can purge, you know. And you can, my sevens are usually the ones that are really, how can I say, poetic, I would say, and they have this wisdom, this natural wisdom that is very welcoming and accepting of so many people. So my sevens, I'm telling you, this is your month. Like, if you don't like to be bothered, if you really need to have your intimacy, this is really your month to really show out and show up, you
yeah,
know. Don't just
yeah,
cover up and stay in your cocoon, but really come out, because everyone else is really depending on your ability to really like step into your power. And 11s, as the elders, I call my 11s the elders, because you guys have this wisdom, right? You guys have this natural guidance that people really, really look forward to, you know? And because 11s usually feel misunderstood, they stay in this self-destructive vibration. And this is really the time for you to be constructive with your energy and show the world what you really all about. So stepping into your power while everyone else is trying to figure it out. No one else is seeing you right now, which that gives you an advantage. You know, some people feel like I need to be seen, recognition, right? We want that recognition. But in all actuality, if the less people see, the more advantage you have. The more advantage you have to go up the ladder and reach the top, right? But if you want everyone to see you, guess what? What we call the evil eye, people, the intention, they start to like lynch or not lynch, leech, I believe.
Yeah, leash.
So they leech on
Leash.
you, they stuck on you.
Yeah.
So just let everyone be blind while you rise. That's what I have to say for my 7th and 11th.
Yeah, I know that it's like the vampire. They're take your energy from you. But you know, the 7 energy is also an energy in which can be very it's a difficult energy to carry as well, because you're allowed to have mysticism. You're allowed to be able to open up the book of the Shaki records. You're allowed to go where the depths, you know, that resides within you, to be able to read those lost books of wisdom. You're given permission to read that stuff, to know that stuff. And what happens though, you have this wisdom and this knowledge, but I know one of my relatives asked me to tell me the greatest the greatest thing that I've learned by being on my path, and the most challenging. I say, well, the greatest thing that I've learned on my path is the wisdom that has come to me. And the most disappointing thing is that not being able to have anybody to share that wisdom with. It's like it's like it's above everybody's head. And so it's so hard for me to connect with an individual, because they're not seeing, they're not comprehending, they're not understanding, and because it don't exist for them. And so so I find myself carrying, you know, a lot of the knowledge, and I'm willing to share it. But like Jesus said, you know, the harvest is plentiful, but the labors are few, because people are just so caught up in just trying to survive and live their lives. And so that's something that I've been experiencing, because I'm in July, because I carry a very strong, you know, 7 energy, and I'm more than willing to share and to give to other people. But most of the time, you know, they just can't comprehend. It's
so funny how we're talking about the 7 and the 7 views. There's 7 people right now watching.
okay.
That's awesome.
The 7 energy is real strong.
Yes. So I just want to go to the comments real quick. So Key Unbreakable, she, I believe it's a she. So she just wrote that that's the only thing that's been on my mind, alignment. I've been out of alignment for many years. I'm 45 years old. So what would you like to say to her?
I would say that it's over. I say that your time for misalignment is over, and your time for alignment is right now. So you embrace that. Embrace that that the past is gone, and the future is here. You know, just be present and just align yourself, or put around you things that's in alignment, or work with physical things that you can put in alignment, in order, in structure. What comes to mind right now is like maybe blocks. Get you some blocks that kids play around with, and align those blocks. You know, put one block in front of the other until you get like a straight line, until you get your alignment. And then, you know, visually put yourself into that situation.
Yeah.
Because in order to become the situation, you have to see the situation. And a lot of times, once again, the 7 energy is invisible, so you don't see how you're in misalignment. Or go see a chiropractor, and the chiropractor will like put you back in alignment or get your chakras back in alignment. But like Master Tatiana said, put your back straight and see your energies coming into alignment. Visualize it, and then also do something physical to put things in alignment. But right now, you're no longer in misalignment. You're now in alignment, and I'm giving you that. But now you have to accept it. Don't reject it. Accept it.
Yeah. Key, also, this year you may find yourself in a lot of conclusions and like reaching completion. You may find yourself also like cutting ties of certain things that no longer serve you, cutting, right? I'm 36 years old, right? And this definitely had been a year for me so far. I've been by force forced to like conclude in a lot of situations in my own personal life, from relationships to relationships with myself, certain things I just had to stop doing by force. So you may definitely feel that this time around in this year that you're going to be in this journey of your 45 years, so yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So also Coach Michael, I hope I'm saying that right? He is the 7. Okay, he's the 7. And let's see. Yeah, there's a few 7s here.
Good.
So welcome 7s.
Yeah. This is a golden opportunity for you to open the Ashaki records. To just know that you've earned the right to know based on the work that you've done.
Yeah.
This is your reward. Being able, because you're here because of the previous work that you've done. This is the classroom that you find yourself in. And so it's because while a lot of other people are in different classrooms, we all in a classroom and we all doing different type of studying. But your interest is lying towards, getting to know self. And so you spend a lot of time, pondering the meaning of self. And because of that, you have been you've grown more into the self. And as you grow more into the self, you're able to start being able to comprehend and understanding the higher truths. A lot of times, I have to feed you on the level where you're at. If you're an infant, I can't feed you a steak, even though I've seen parents take steaks and chew it in their mouth and then stuff it in the little baby's mouth, and they ain't got no teeth, right? They're gonna force this baby to eat something that the baby is not ready to consume because they want that experience for the child, but the child's physiology is not ready for that, right? I see it all the time. So I have to, figure out where you're at in your consciousness and feed you on the level of where you're at. And as you grow in consciousness and wisdom understanding, then I can start offering you higher truths and deeper truths. Because if I give you too much, I'm going to drown you. I'm going to lose you. And my objective is not to lose you. My objective is to be of assistance to you. So I have to really figure out, where you're at. And I can tell immediately where you're at by, the questions that you're asking. That lets me know, where you're at, and then I can respond, accordingly.
Yeah, we have Bepsy. I hope I'm saying your name. She just had a birthday 11/7. I hope so.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. So that intuition, and please understand, guys, the intuition is not in your head. Okay, I get so many people that come to me, they want to straighten their intuition, and they really think that it's from their brains. It's not, guys. It's right here in your gut. Okay, it's actually the first and second chakra helps you to develop your intuition. Okay, so you can think of your chakra system as an infant. I think I did a video like that. So what affects your first chakra is, in your infant years, like maybe a parent, listen, that's why I asked my mom. I said, how was I as a child? Did you hit me for no reason? Did you drop me a few times? What happened? And I learned I was in the mix of a infidelity situation where I heard screams and cried, and the other woman like flipped my crib because she didn't want me to exist. So it was just a lot of things. So I'm like, wow, that's why I have weakness in my legs and my knees. So that's why I do a lot of stimulation and leg straightening, for I can be able to build that level of confidence again, which is your first chakra, the development of your confidence, right? The second chakra, your creativity, sexuality, reproductive system. And what affects your second chakra, and I just did a womb retreat with women where we discussed that more in depth. What tend to affect your second chakra, both for men and women, right? When you were a baby and your parents probably told you, don't touch that, leave that alone. And you wanted to help your mom fold the sheets, or you wanted to help your dad more, like cut up grass, whatever. And you were like told, stop, don't do that. So you start to lose this joy for life. And when you lose joy for life, your creativity also kind of goes in a very stagnant opposition. Okay, so I don't want to get too into the chakras because I'm pretty much very much aware of how the chakras work, and that's why I tell all of us this is the month for us to do the healing work, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Mr. Moore, you have anything you want to
Well,
say?
just test yourself. Test your powers. It's like, tell me what it is that you want to manifest.
Yes.
And then let's work on a plan on how to go about, manifesting that, because anything you want, you can have. The universe is not here to deny you. I always say only a God can stop a God. Only you can stop yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because the universe is here to do your bidding.
Yeah.
And so whatever it is that you want, you can have it. But you have to, trust that you can have it. You have to accept the fact that you can have it. And then you have to be willing to put in some work. And you have to also understand, like Master Tatiana said, that your obstacles are not there to really to stop you, but to strengthen you so that you'll be able to, take the next hurdle. You got to have strength to overcome your obstacles. How do you get your strength? Is by, a wrestler always wrestles with a stronger wrestler, so it can become stronger. So your obstacles is there to allow you to become stronger. But a lot of times we let the obstacles defeat us. Mm-hmm. Just real quickly, like one of my favorite movies is Enter the Dragon. And there's a scene in which the master Bruce Lee, his character is fighting the adversaries, and they overpower him, and he ends up locked up in a cage. And immediately he sets down his weapons and he goes into meditation. He goes into meditation to figure it out. How do I get out of this situation? So a lot of times if your obstacles will get too much for you, step back and just go into silence, go into meditation. And then your higher self, your truer self, your God self will reveal to you, oh, this is how you're going to get out that situation there. And then you say, okay, thank you, Lord. So stop fighting it, become one with it, relax with it, meditate with it, and then the cell doors would just pop open.
Yes. Wow. Oh, look, he was born in the year of the dragon.
Wow. Wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Master Lee's probably here with us because there is no time. And so there is no such thing as space and distance. And when you evoke energies, energy likes to come to you. As a matter of fact, they want to come. Everybody that's liberated wants you to become liberated as well. Mm-hmm. And so they're willing to help you. Your ancestors, the extraterrestrial, everybody is there to help you. You're never alone. But you have to be open to receive their help, And it's difficult for us to do that, to receive help, even on a physical level.
Exactly. That was one of the things that we spoke about in the women's retreat. We spoke about that, about asking for help. How does that look like to you? Why do we have resistance with that? Um, so this month have definitely been a lot of like internal self-reflection. I highly recommend all of you guys, if you haven't started, to get yourself a journal and to start writing your gratitudes, to really see where you are, and then try it for about 3 days. If you feel like giving yourself a big number shocks you, but numbers are so important, right? We don't want to be consumed by it, but we want to at least give ourselves. This is how you create vision. I'm going to explain to you guys. Vision is more than an image that we see. It's more than seeing on the house, the cars, the people I'm around. I'm feeling rich, right? But if you give yourself numbers, you're giving your brain direction. I'm going to say that again. If you give yourself numbers, you give yourself direction. So if someone tells me, you know, Master Tatiana, I want to lose 15 pounds, okay? And I would tell them, okay, so when you plan to lose this weight? And they will say, oh, in a month. I say, okay, so this is how we're going to do it. For the next 7 days, I want you to run in place for like 5 minutes, right? Or I want you to eat and chew your food 30 times. Whatever spoon, whatever you put in your mouth, chew it maximum 30 times. And being in that moment, like 30 times actually go very fast. Some people think it doesn't, like, oh my God, 30 is too much. But because you're not gaining the weight only because you're eating, right? It's also about mindfulness, about mindful eating, mindful drinking. Are you present in your workout? So many people go to the gym. So many people go to the gym. I have trained bodybuilders, guys, that if I have them hold what we call sleeping tiger or any posture for a minute, they're shaking in their boots. Like, how you do this? What's that? And they do training of the core and everything, right? So starting your gratitude really allows you to see and confront yourself, right? Because we want to get out of our way. That's the only one that's blocking you. Not this person, not your mama, not your daddy, not your cousin, not your sister, not your grandparents. It's you. So if you could get out of your way, you need to see yourself first. That's why we need people, because we need to be mirrors of one another. So if you can see, if someone doesn't like you, you will easily say, well, that's their problem. But then there's a part of you that knows that, wow, if someone doesn't like me, what do I have, right? And it's not saying to dim your light. I'm not saying to dim your light at all. What I'm saying is that even if a person feels that they don't like you, there may also be something inside of you, right, that may be conflicting within yourself that's vibrating that outside of you. And then you
Very
can
good.
kind of X them out. You can eventually leave from there and give them space to get themselves together, right? And then come back.
Yeah. The number 7 is like just be present. If we don't get anything out this lesson, but just try to be present when you like be present, like right now, you know, so that you can hear what Master Tatiana is saying, to hear what I'm saying, and also to listen to how you're responding within to the words that we're saying. Is it clicking? Are you, are you connecting with what it is that we're saying? You know, you're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. That's an indicator that you're getting assistance, because you could be 1,000 other places, but you chose to be right here, or the circumstances of life pulled you to this spot right now for a purpose. So be present right now. Understand that you're getting assistance, like right now. You're never alone. The universe wants you to get. It's, you know, life is not a closed book. It's an open book. Exactly. And you just have to have the courage to read it, and then try to maybe comprehend and then act on it. See, because life is about action as well. So if I give you certain disciplines, then like Master Tatiana said, well, let's go and, you know, chew your food 30 times. Well, that's a discipline. How you become a yogi? Well, that's a discipline. Let's do this. And if you can master chewing your food 30 times each mouthful within a month, 2 months, 3 months, you're going to say, wait, I lost 4 pounds. I lost 5 pounds. See, there's the magic. But you got to have the discipline to do the work. And a lot of times that's where we fall short. We don't want to do the work. You know, there's a story about and I think I said this last time, I said real quick, there was a student that came to his master complaining about how the world was calling him names, mistreating him. So the master gave him disciplines to do. And so 6 months passed, and so the student comes back to the master and says, well, you know, master, I'm still suffering. They're still talking about me. So the master said, well, did you do what I asked you to do? He said, oh, I really didn't have time to do it. So the master just said, well, to continue to suffer. You know, if you're not willing to do the work, then you're going to continue to experience the type of behavior.
Exactly. You know, also with me, actually this week, I got into such an emotional state with someone that I really, really adore. And I felt like it escalated, you know, beyond where it needed to get to. And I was like I was so angry. I was like, ugh. And then actually my director called me eventually, like 2 days, and he was saying, what's going on? If certain energy is not flowing right in my space, it's because I'm in a dark place. And I was like, my director, he's very intuitive. So I was like, yes, and this is why. So I shared with him why. And then he told me, he said, you know what? I'm sorry that you're going through this. This is what people do not understand. It's so important for people to hear that they are being heard, or feel, sorry, that they are being heard. Okay. Because just him doing that, he could have told me, you were wrong. You were wrong because you did this, you did that. But he didn't do that. He heard me. He let me vent. He let me cry. He let me shout. And whatever I did, right? And then he told me, Tatiana, do you love yourself? And that just made me cry more, because there's certain parts of me that I don't like to express, right? I don't like to be angry, but that's part of life. We get angry, right? There's parts of me that I don't like to feel like I want to do this to you. But that's part of life. So he was saying to me, do you love yourself? Because if you love yourself, you know, number one, that this is part of life. So he asked me to do some training. So I did my training. And I kid you not, I felt so much lighter, and the energy totally changed in my environment. And I just felt like, wow, oh my God, I was in this funk for a long time. And this is why I say that this month, you know, we have to expose ourselves to ourselves, because what's coming next month is power. Okay. What's coming next month is power. And if you have not done the work to expose yourself this time, this opportunity that is given to you right now, you could expect that you're going to be dragging bags with filth next month. You're not going to be light. And that power that you're going to be sharing to the world is not going to be a power to rise you, but it's going to be a power like the tower, right? This is like the burning tower. And we want to use that power to rise.
Yeah, you're so right. It's like whenever you know, I'm present like 99% of the time, but that 1% where I'm not present, and the confronting energies to get the best of me is the time in which I've come to realize that I'm being carried. That's when Jesus lifts me up with the footprints, and that's when Jesus said, well, I got you. You know, you're a strong soldier, but every once in a while, you know, life is gonna beat you down. But it's at those moments when where Jesus literally comes and picks me up and walks me over the hard times, and then he sets me back down. He said, I got you. You know, I got you. I don't have to come to you often, because it be times like like, for example, like I'm present, so I hardly rarely fall. I'm 67, so I can't afford to fall, right? And so I might be walking and I might misstep. And I said, okay, here we go with the tumbling. And I don't want to fall. I don't really want to fall. And the universe comes in and keeps me upright, kept me from really falling, maybe doing damage to my physical body. Or else I would have to be in the consciousness of, okay, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna roll, right? I'm gonna try to lessen the fall. But usually they come to my aid always in the nick of time. That's the value of staying present. If you're always thinking about the Lord, or if you're always present, because the Lord is always thinking about you, and the Lord can see if you're getting ready to go through a rough patch. He'll just send his angels, he'll just send his soldiers to keep you from having to go through that that type of experiences. Because well, go on. There's just so many things I could share, but I don't really have the time to share.
Yeah, you know, it's so rich. I'm actually gaining so much wisdom. So please, guys, please understand that even though we are actually like vessels right now, and that we are pretty much sharing wisdom that's being given to us, it's also for us, you know. I'm listening to Mr. Moore right now, and I'm just like, whoa, I'm really taking it in, and I am receiving it. Your wisdom is definitely something that I'm taking in. And I'm learning a lot with the sharing and you guys commenting. Guys, I really appreciate you all. I just wanted to say that before we conclude. So I did put the link if anyone wanted to kind of click the link and join us and kind of share how this month been for you. Or if you just want to listen, keep listening, please do so. If you are liking what we are doing here, don't forget to thumbs up before you go. You can share. So Mr. Moore and I are going to continue this because we know that you guys appreciate it and we appreciate you. So we're going to do this again next month. So I hope that you guys get your journal, expose yourself. And if you feel like you have nosy people in your home, write it down, then burn it. And if you don't trust burning it, rip it, scribble on it, rip it up after you bomb it, but write it down, expose it. I hate this, I don't like this, this make me sick. Whatever it is, just write it. Have a bomb it night. Who she thinks she is, who he think he is, what's wrong with her, what's wrong with me? Why would I always do this? I always do this nonsense. Why can I never get it right? You can do that as well. And then destroy it for the nosy people. They want to see. And they go to the universe. Thank you. I just released. Right. Notice you're gonna feel lighter.
Right. Yeah. Because see, it's like, you know, you got to become the captain of your own ship. You know, another person can never do nothing to you unless you allow that person to do that to you. And so you have to just, the more you know who you are, the less the world can get you off your center. The world can get you off your center if you don't know who you are. So spend time with yourself. And it's very difficult and very challenging to spend time with yourself because the world demands your time. Your wife wants you, your husband wants you, your kids want you, the boss wants you, your neighbors want you, your friends want you, the preacher man wants you. Everybody wants you, right? And so when do you find time for you?
Yes.
You got to steal time for yourself. And you have to value your alone time, and you have to try to, you know, disconnect from the world, you know, turn off the computers, turn off the cell phones, and just go in your closet and just be with self. Put the full armor on, because the world is very noisy and the world is just going to always pounce upon you. Yeah. And if you're not strong, if you're not solid, you're going to find yourself getting like swept away with the world's problems. And that's not your problems. It's like, that's their problems, but you can make it your problem. So as a counselor, I listen, but I cannot hold that energy. I just got to let the energy come through me and out, Because if I start holding it, then I'm taking that person inside of my space.
Yes.
And I don't need another individual inside of my space. So when you're counseling or when you're teaching or when you're channeling, whatever it is you're doing on the spiritual path, you have to really prepare yourself first.
Yes.
Like we talk about on the 7th level. Like if I do psychic fairs and I'm on the clock, I only got like 15 minutes to do whatever it is I have to do. And so I have to cleanse. I got to constantly cleanse because they bring in their energy in. And that energy can fall on my aura. And before you know it, after working 8 hours, you can become exhausted from reading for 8 hours, believe me. And because you're carrying all that heavy energy, all of that etheric energy that people's coming in, laying on you, laying on you, laying on you, laying on you, right? And at the end of the day, I don't know about you, Master Tatiana, but I would be like exhausted after reading for 8 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Of individuals' energy. So you got to cleanse yourself, and try not to, bring in another person's energy and make it personal. Become what I call the impersonal self.
Yeah.
Be in the world, but not of the world.
Exactly. One of the things that I would recommend for everyone is to understand that it's so important to, of course, purge, right? Sometimes when we are in situations, all right, so this is what I really want to say. Change happened in the act or in the middle of the discomfort. Let's put it like that. In the actual discomfort, right? So sometimes we feel like, okay, let me wait till this pass and then I'll try to figure it out. No, it's actually in that moment, right? The moment you start feeling that fear and you choose from there, like, oh, I feel, and acknowledge it. I feel fear. Anything that you acknowledge has to expose itself. And once it exposes itself, it has to go. Right? So it's very important. First, acknowledge what you're feeling. I feel nervous. I feel scared. I don't want to be here. This is causing me to feel a lot of anxiety. Just acknowledge it. And then from there, you start to expose it, start to come out. You start realizing, wait, this is not who I am. Okay. Thank you for coming to visit to let me know about me, where I was at mentally, and then let it go. And we do this with breath work. That's why we have to learn how to properly breathe, guys, right? One of the things that I tell everyone, because this is usually when I'm doing breath work with people, I'm going to show you guys. Usually people do this, right? And I just like look at them and I'm like, oh, you're so cute, right? Aww. And they're like, I never thought about breathing, right? So we have to learn the language of the body. And so the body doesn't speak English, it doesn't speak French, it doesn't speak Spanish. It speaks feeling. Okay. So one example I give you guys real quick is if you have to use the bathroom, right? Oh, someone's in the bathroom. Finally, they come out. You sit on the toilet. What's the first sound you make?
Release.
Right? So that is how you're telling the body you can release. Right? So that's only that stuck energy from here, right? But if you really want the body to really hear and listen to you, be submissive to you, right? And what you needed to do, because the body holds the score. Literally, the body holds all the memories, not only of this lifetime, guys, generational lifetime. Okay. Yeah. So what you want to do is whenever you are feeling, you inhale and then relax your shoulders. You can I tell people sometimes, place one hand on your shoulder and you can feel how tense it is. Just inhale, hold that breath, and then hold. Right? So naturally, when you do that, the body is going to release. And so that tension, that fear, whatever it is that is like stirring this having you feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to suck in this. It starts to get out of here. Okay. So really do your work this month, guys. Get that journal, please.
Yeah. Breathing is definitely top priority to understand the body, to understand the self, because through the breath, well, like the martial artists, they understand breath well. They know how to pull up that chi. They know how to use breath to their advantage. And so we're not taught we're not taught fundamentals. and I wish we would learn how to breathe as little children, you know,
Oh,
and then we can grow up and have better control over self, because we're a lot of times we're out of control. We're out. Our emotions just are just enraged, and we're just ready to fuss, and we're ready to fight. We're ready to duke it out instead of just breathing, saying and relax and let it go. Is it really worth this pain that I'm getting ready to inflict upon somebody, or somebody getting ready to inflict upon me? Why not we just catch my breath and step back from the situation and let it go, and let it go, and let that peace come over you, and then just walk away from it. And then
yeah.
that way you didn't harm nobody and no one harmed you.
But you know, Mr. Moore, like as babies, we knew. Like if you ever observe a baby in the way that they breathe from their lower abdomen, this is how moms used to know that the babies were fine. Like we still teach that. That's what I teach everyone, how to breathe from their core. I don't know if you guys can see, but like expanding your belly out, breathing in, and then relaxing it. So if you can expand your belly, because the breath doesn't go to your abdomen, it's energy. So the breath as you inhale, it converts into energy with your lungs. And then with the support of your heart, it just converts that energy, convert the breath into energy, that oxygen into energy, and then it goes down to your core. That's the proper way of breathing to make fire energy in your gut. And when there's fire, where there's heat, right, there's more circulation, there's more blood flow, and then active naturally your kidneys are fully active because your kidneys are responsible for the water energy in your body. So helping that, you finally start feeling like cool energy in your spine, and it will be really nice if we can have that understanding. But this is what it is. We come into this world, we know what we're about, right? We know what we are as infants, right? But then what happens? We infants, who's going to remember that? We start to get, into society's norm and what's right and what's wrong. And so we start to learn another way. So this is the reason why we have to unlearn. We have to join the journey of unlearning, to become back, to welcome ourselves back to our true self, to our original essence. But I just wanted to read something that I don't want to mess up her name, but I'm gonna read what she wrote. She said, "Thank you to you both. I feel this is the part of my guidance that I needed. Being scattered and digging deeper is so exhausting. So true." She said, "Pretty much love and blessings to you both." He
Mm.
also, she just
Thank
said,
you.
in New York as well.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we receive that. And as you was talking, Master Tatiana, it's like when a baby is in the womb, we also understand that baby just left heaven, or the astral plane, where it was in a whole different type of consciousness and awareness and understanding. It had more awareness, more consciousness, and everything. So when it comes in, it has this knowledge, like you said. And then the society start erasing that knowledge, and we don't retain that knowledge, and so we got to relearn this. That's why I was saying, when you went on your retreat, going back into the womb to revisit what you already know. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like you have to learn it. You already know it. You just have to kind of remember it, and then you
Yeah.
have to act on it. That's why I say you have to affirm your truth, which is I'm part of I am. And I
Yes.
can manifest, because that's what we do. We're manifestors because God manifests, so therefore we manifest. So we just got to get it out of our way, and just be what we are, spiritual beings with the power to manifest at will, because we know how to do it. But the society, like you said, has kind of erased that from
Mm-hmm.
us, and we're trying to regain that. That's why you have to go someplace and be with self to regain your understanding, to regain your truth, because that infant energy is still with us, right?
Yes.
That child energy is still with us, right?
Yep.
It's still there. It's
Mhm.
the voice is still speaking. We just have to take time out to listen, and then we have to act on it as well.
Agree. So, all right, guys, we are going to be concluding. If you guys are interested in the retreat that I'm talking about, that I had such a great honor facilitating and staffing, we're going to be having it again. It's going to be in June of 2022. That's a universal year 6. Okay, so we gotta get some work together. So we are. I will put the information below for you guys could read up and see if it's something that you feel like is in alignment with you and your journey. And you guys can contact me. I'm gonna put the information where you can actually speak to me. You can email me, and I'll give you all the information on where you can get started to doing womb work and doing this retreat. I'm telling you, the women, including myself, we left totally transformate. I can't even explain it. Like we just not even we just feel like we understand our purpose more, right? So I hope that you guys can participate, but please follow Master Numerologist Mr. Moore. His channel is amazing and full of wisdom. He could share a little bit more before we conclude.
Well, I would just like to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And Master Tatiana suggested we all get our gratitude journals out and start journaling in and try to every day put something in there that you're grateful for and commit to that for a year and then read it at the end of that year. And you'd be surprised at just all the things that you're grateful for to balance out all the things that you may say that, you know, it's not happening into your life. Because when a person comes to me and they want counseling, immediately they want to tell me all the negative things that's happening. And then I tell them to turn around. Now you got to tell me equally the amount of positive things that's happening, because if not, you're going to leave here unbalanced. And I want you to go balance. So if you got something negative to say, then also combine it with something positive, because nothing is all bad and nothing is all good. We're all down in the middle. We're more moderate than anything else. But I would like, to thank everybody for coming in today. That's my gratitude, all of you coming here today. That would be in my book, gratitude, the audience, Master Tatiana, gratitude for spending time with us. Okay, I'm grateful that you chose to spend some time with us today. And I'm on the West Coast, she's on the East Coast, and so for Tatiana, I'm grateful that she took to be her bedtime, because it's early here, but it's late there. So I'm grateful for her, devoting this extra hour. I'm retired, she works, so I'm grateful that she works and still find time to do this type of work. So I already got stuff going into my gratitude journal. Thank you, Master Tatiana. That's it for me for tonight.
So hopefully next month we should be coming together December 2nd. I believe that's a Thursday.
Okay.
We can come together and get it together, guys. Next month is power. Okay, and it's the vibration. It also has the 3 vibration. Okay, the 12th month of the year. Okay, so let's have fun. Let's figure out what this month is all about. Coming together on December 2nd. Have a good night, everyone.
Okay, I love everybody. All right. That was very wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Master Tatiana. I'm definitely start